Most people enter the markets thinking success comes from being first, from being sharp and constantly alert. They believe the people who win are the ones watching charts late at night, reacting instantly to news, jumping in and out before everyone else notices. What you don't realize is that the market doesn't actually reward urgency, it rewards endurance instead. Long term compounding works not because it is dramatic or clever, but because it allows money to grow in the same way strong businesses grow, slowly at first, quietly, and then all at once. When you invest and allow returns to stay invested, something subtle begins to happen. The growth stops depending on you. Your money starts doing the work on its own, stacking gains on top of gains in a way that doesn't feel impressive early on but becomes overwhelming with a lifetime. Yeah. This is where most people lose patience. In the beginning, compounding feels almost unfair, and that's the truth. You actually commit your money, you wait, and very little seems to change. Months go by, sometimes years, and the progress feels invisible. Meanwhile, stories of quick profits are everywhere. Someone claims they doubled their money in a week, another person talks about a perfect entry or a trade that changed everything overnight. Compared to that, long-term investing feels slow, outdated, and even naive. But what those stories leave out is how fragile short-term success really is. Short-term speculation depends on being right at the right moment over and over again in an environment driven by emotion, randomness, and forces no individual can control. One mistake, one emotional decision, or one unexpected event can erase a long series of wins. Compounding, on the other hand, does not require prediction. It doesn't ask you to outsmart markets or anticipate every move. It simply asks you to stay. Timing the market matters more than timing the market because the most powerful moments of growth are unpredictable and often happens when confidence is low and attention is everywhere. When people jump in and out trying to protect themselves or chase incitement, they usually miss those moments entirely. Compounding only works when money remains invested long enough for growth to accelerate. And acceleration is where wealth is truly built. The irony is that the phrase when compounding becomes most powerful is the same phase most people never reach because they quit too early. Or remember the popular quotes, winners never quit and quitters never win. Short-term speculation also quietly works against human nature. It turns investing into an emotional experience, pulling people between fear and greed. When prices rise, confidence turns into overconfidence. When prices fall, caution turns into panic. Each reaction feels logical in the moment, but together they interrupt growth again and again. Every trade adds friction, they add fees, they add taxes, they add stress and second guessing. These costs don't feel significant individually, but over time they compound in the wrong direction, right? Slowly draining your return. Long-term compounding avoids much of these by reducing decisions. It accepts volatility as part of the process and understands that temporary declines are not failures but necessary phases of long-term growth. The hardest part of compounding is not understanding it, it's trusting it. It requires doing nothing when everything around you encourages action. It means staying invested when the news is negative, when the market is quiet, and when progress feels slow. The discipline is what separates people who build wealth from people who chase it. Compounding doesn't reward excitement, it rewards consistency. It doesn't care about confidence or intelligence. It responds to time, it responds to patience and uninterrupted growth. That's why the biggest results often arrive long after the initial effort, and why those results feel almost disproportionate to what seemed like small, ordinary decisions made years earlier. In the end, long-term compounding outperforms short-term speculation because it aligns with how markets actually behave and how human behavior usually feels. Speculation is loud, fast, and emotionally engaging, but fragile. Compounding is quiet, slow, and often ignored, but durable. One depends on constant precision, the other depends on staying long enough for momentum to build. And why short-term success makes for better stories. Long-term compounding is what quietly turns time 80 breath, without needing constant attention, perfect decisions, or dramatic moments. So if there's one thing to remember today, it's this. Wealth isn't built in a day, in a trend, or in a headline. It's built quietly, patiently, over time. You don't need to be the smartest, no. You don't need to be the fastest or the loudest. You just need to stay, let time be its work, and trust the magic of compounding. And one day, when you look back, you realize the journey was slow, but the results, they were extraordinary. So if there's one thing to remember today, it's this. Wealth isn't built in a day, in a trend, or in a headline. It's built quietly, patiently, and over time. You don't need to be the smartest to move. You don't need to be the fastest or the loudest. You just need to stay. You just need to let time to do its work and trust the magic of compounding. And one day, when you look back, you realize the journey was slow actually, but the results, they were extraordinary. I'll see you in my next video.